What is cracking, guys? Welcome on back to another video. Today we got a super exciting one for you. It's been a long time coming. Today we are taking a look at the EMG Mark 18. So the Mark 18 is a super special gun in so many ways. We've all used it in so many video games, and I don't know about you, but it's what I think of personally when I think of the M4. What immediately comes to my mind is this variant here. And for as long as I can remember, I've kind of always wanted one, but if I was going to do it, I wanted to do it right. And this one does it right, let me tell you. This is about as realistic of a Mark 18 as you're going to get in airsoft. I have kind of fallen in love with the gas blowback space very recently, and just the sense of immersion and the experience that it gives you when you're out on the field. And I would go as far as to say that there is not a more immersive M4 out there on the market than this thing right here. Depending on what kit you're running, if it's a more civilian kit, a more military kit, whatever it is, this gun will just top it off and really complete everything. And of course, I will go into more detail as of why. So some real quick disclosure, as we always do here on the channel, this gun was sent to me for free by EMG. So massive shout out to the EMG guys for hooking me up with this thing. We also have another EMG product coming very, very soon in a video as well that I'm excited to talk about as well. However, I'm not being paid or anything like that. So I do feel that I can share my opinions on what I like and what I don't like about this gun. Overall, you guys know me, I'm a super positive airsofter. I just like to share what I enjoy with you guys, and this is something that I definitely do enjoy. So what I said earlier when I said if I was going to do a Mark 18, I would want to do it as perfect or as legit as possible. And that's where this guy comes in. So this thing is a partnership between EMG and Daniel Defense. It has Daniel Defense trades everywhere. So what kind of comes along with that? So, you know, a lot of airsofters out there, they have a Daniel Defense Mark 18 rail. It's got all the trades, all the markings. It's super lightweight, super robust, and I love the color on it also. I've never really had like a two-tone gun like this before, and in some of the photos, I know a lot of people complain about the photos of it on their website. It does look a little toyish, I will admit. Seeing it in person, seeing it in this video, hopefully it comes across in a good way, and it looks really, really good. But yeah, rail, super solid, Daniel Defense rail. But most people have that. What they don't have is the Daniel Defense receiver. All right, this thing is beautiful. So this is pretty much like as legit as you're gonna get of a Daniel Defense receiver. It's laser engraved, it's got all the trades, all the markings. You've got the little 5.56 up here and the little Mark 18 badge back here. I have been looking for a receiver like this for so long, but they are so expensive or they're absolute trash. And to have the full kit and caboodle on here, just, woo! Oh man, it takes this Mark 18 to a whole nother level. I know there's a lot of companies that make Mark 18s. If you're a trade nut and a collector, this is going to be the one that you want, for sure. And another point of just the immersion is how fun this gun is to shoot. So I've got a Tokyo Marui MP7 gas blowback. I've got gas blowback pistols. I've got a Tokyo Marui MWS. So I've got a lot of gas blowbacks to compare it to, and the MWS platforms are arguably some of the best out there. So when I tell you that this thing is a pleasure to shoot and probably the most fun gun I have in my arsenal to shoot, that's a big claim. Just the snappiness, the consistency, the recoil, everything is just rock solid. I really, really enjoy it. So we'll kind of break down the gun now and talk about maybe why it's so fun to shoot. So based on everything that I can find, this gun is based off of the King Arms gas blowback series of rifles, which is the WA system of gas blowback rifles. So some of you may know that it's an older system. They aren't really making it much anymore. But that being said, there are a ton of parts out there on the market that you can still pick up. And mags, let's talk about mags too. So this is a King Arms mag, their V2 mag, I believe. And I've been able to source quite a few here in Canada at least, that I've been able to order and pick up or whatever. But I know some people say they struggle finding mags, so if you're looking for ones, try finding the King Arms V2 Stanags. You should be able to find some of those. If not, anything G&P. I've heard the GHK ones work as well. And then other than that, I'm not really too sure in terms of compatibility, what would work in it. So if we take a look at the action here, we've got a nice, so if we take a look at the internals here and the action, we've got a aluminum bolt, which looks really, really nice there in the bright silver. Some people may not like that. I personally think it looks pretty dope. But the obvious benefit of an aluminum bolt is that it's quite lightweight. Definitely a lot more lightweight than like a big heavy steel bolt. Now at first glance you might also think, well, no, I'm not getting as much recoil because it's so lightweight. I can confirm this maybe doesn't kick as hard as my MWS, but it's fairly comparable, I would say. But it's not leagues below it, I would say. It has a surprising amount of kick still, but you get a really fast, snappy action that way. You're able to follow up shots incredibly fast because, well, it's going faster than you can pull the trigger. So you're never gonna find like it's lagging behind you or anything like that. It is incredibly quick, which is nice. Now, in terms of the trigger, this is another amazing feature of this gun. The trigger is so satisfying to operate. So on semi here, I'm just gonna flip it to semi. We're of course clear, no mag in the gun, but the trigger is so heavy, like almost too heavy, if I'm being honest. Definitely, like, you're not gonna have any accidental fires with it, I'll tell you that much. It is a heavy, heavy trigger. I'm not sure the exact weight, because I just don't know. But in the airsoft world, this is an incredible trigger. I have, of course, shot gas blowbacks. I've shot the Polar Star Kythera, things like that, mechanical systems. This absolutely slaps the Polar Star Kythera into another realm. This thing is amazing. So I'll give you guys just a little sample of the trigger here. So immediately we're at the wall. There is zero take up whatsoever. It's just firm trigger, which I personally love. And then we'll just pull it here, giving some pressure, giving some pressure, giving some pressure. It's really heavy. Release. Do one more time there. Like, it is crisp. Woo! And then we'll do a little reset. So a nice firm reset too. Sounds really good. Now, of course, for gas blowback rifles as well, I mainly use them in semi-auto. Biggest reason for that, you only got like 30 rounds in the mag. I do believe this mag holds 40 rounds actually, which is kind of cool. So you get a little bit more out of each mag, which is kind of nice. But then obviously you have the fun switch as well, auto, and that is a good time too. Rate of fire is amazing. You get some gas expelling out the side of the gun. Looks cool, feels cool, and ultimately really enjoyable. And also because of that aluminum bolt, I haven't found full auto to be incredibly gas heavy. Of course, it's gonna go through a lot more gas than just like shooting a shot once per second on semi. That's kind of the way you're supposed to fire gas blowbacks, is just not spam firing them. Because again, you only have 30 rounds in the mag and cooldown effect and all that sort of stuff. But you can definitely use full auto on this gun and get away with it. So that's definitely a plus in my opinion. So super efficient on gas. I've had no problems getting through every single mag that I've thrown at it. It just laughs at it. So that's nice. Also, these mags are just so incredibly heavy too. So I've got multiple gas blowback mags, of course, and this is by far the heaviest I've ever felt. Like, if this fell on your toe, it would be a bad day. Let me tell you that. So now the talk is, of course, is this thing gameable? That is the big thing for me when it comes to any airsoft product. I am not a collector. I don't like to just hang things on my wall and not use them. I buy things to use it. So, can you use this in a skirmish? Absolutely. I definitely think this is a skirmishable airsoft gun. But definitely, before you go and buy it, I would highly suggest you locate some mags. And also, in terms of FPS, this thing shoots really hot out of the box. It was a nice sunny warm day, and I was getting around, my first couple, like 5 shots were around 430 FPS. So it's very hot. But that's super easy to remedy. You can get like a $30 end pass and slap it in here, and you will have no problems adjusting the FPS to whatever you want. It basically just sits in the nozzle assembly, and you can just use a little Allen key tool to adjust your FPS. It takes a little bit of time to fine tune it, but not really a huge deal. Also, hop up. In terms of the hop up accessibility, a lot of GBBRs are a total pain to adjust the hop up. Most AEGs, the hop up is located right here. Unfortunately, that's not the case on this, but it is still quite convenient. Oh, I just realized something too. We'll get back to the hop up in just a second. So I don't know if you noticed there, but I pushed the bolt forward and it didn't quite go forward the whole way. Another immersion factor is this thing has got a forward assist, an actually functioning forward assist. A lot of gas blowbacks don't have that. So you can actually just push the forward assist here, and now we're fully into battery, and I can shoot the gun again, no problem. So that's super cool too. But what I was saying about the hop up, it is located just under the outer barrel in here, but you can get to it nice and easy. You do need a tool, unfortunately, but like an Allen key or something, and you can just twist it that way. It's actually just like a rotary style dial. But once you kind of set it, you kind of forget it, and you don't really have to adjust it. So that's kind of nice. Yeah, overall, I'm super impressed with this thing. I cannot wait to get out and game it. Unfortunately, I have just been so busy that I haven't been able to get out to the field too much lately. And I'm still waiting for some mags to come in for this bad boy as well. But once they do, and once I get some free time, I'm going to definitely be doing some gameplay footage for you guys. So stay tuned for that. Big thank you again to EMG for sending this gun out to me. I really do appreciate it, and yeah, I definitely really enjoy this gun. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video, you guys. We will see you in the next one. Stay awesome. Peace.